Manchester United supporters, this is a transfer story you seriously need to pay attention to because reports are now linking Manchester United with Atlético Madrid left-back Andrea Medina, whose contract expires this summer, and honestly, the more you study her profile, the more this starts making complete sense for the direction this Manchester United team is heading. Before we dive deep into the tactical analysis, the defensive numbers, her attacking profile, what she could bring to Marc Skinner's system, and whether she could become one of the smartest free signings in Europe. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications because this channel brings you daily Manchester United women transfer news, tactical breakdowns, match previews, player analysis, and everything happening around the club. We are building one of the strongest Manchester United women communities on the platform, and trust me, you do not want to miss the next few months, because this summer is shaping up to be absolutely massive. Now let us talk about Andrea Medina, because this is not just another random transfer rumor being thrown around online. This is a player whose profile fits exactly what Manchester United have increasingly looked for over the last year. Young, technically gifted, tactically intelligent, physically aggressive, versatile, and entering the prime developmental stage of her career. At just 22 years old, Andrea Medina already looks like a player prepared for the next step at elite European level. And the first thing that immediately jumps out when you look at her profile is versatility. Officially, she is primarily a left back, but she can also operate as a center back, left wing back, and left midfielder. That flexibility is absolutely huge in modern football, especially for teams competing across multiple competitions. Elite squads no longer survive with specialists only. They need adaptable players capable of changing systems during matches without collapsing structurally. Andrea Medina gives you exactly that. You want a traditional back four with a balanced left back capable of defending 1-versus-1 situations. She can do it. You want an aggressive wing-back system where fullbacks push high into attacking zones. She can do it. You want a temporary back three where she slides inside as a left-sided center back. She can do it. That kind of tactical flexibility is gold for coaches. And once you look deeper into her numbers, you begin understanding why Manchester United are monitoring her situation carefully. In Liga F this season, she has played 2,228 minutes. That alone tells you how trusted she already is despite being only 22 years old. Young defenders rarely receive that level of responsibility unless coaches completely trust their decision-making consistency and mentality. Atletico Madrid clearly rely on her heavily. Then you look at the defensive statistics and honestly, they are extremely impressive. 185 defensive contributions this season. That is an absurd number. 44 tackles, 40 interceptions, 94 clearances, 123 recoveries. These are elite volume defensive numbers, especially for a player who also contributes progressively in possession. And perhaps the most impressive statistic of all is the duel success rate. Andrea Medina has won 113 duels this season with a success rate above 64%. That is massive. Defenders who consistently dominate duels become foundational pieces for top teams because modern football constantly isolates fullbacks in dangerous situations. If you cannot survive physically and mentally in duels, you get exposed immediately. What makes her even more interesting is the aerial dominance. She has won 73% of her aerial duels in Liga F. For a left back, that is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Many center backs do not even produce those numbers. It immediately tells you she is aggressive, intelligent in positioning, and fearless in physical confrontations. Now imagine that profile inside this Manchester United side. One of the recurring issues Manchester United have faced in recent seasons, especially during high-pressure matches, is dealing with wide transitions and back post situations. Against elite European sides, those moments become deadly. Andrea Medina looks like the type of defender capable of stabilizing those situations immediately because she combines physical aggression with tactical awareness. And then we move into possession play because modern Manchester United under Marc Skinner increasingly demand technical quality from defenders. You cannot survive at elite level anymore if your defenders panic under pressure. Andrea Medina completed 914 successful passes this season with almost 80% accuracy. Again, remember, she is only 22. She is already comfortable receiving under pressure, progressing possession, and helping build attacks from deep zones. This becomes even more valuable when you consider how Manchester United want to control transitions. The team increasingly relies on defenders capable of bypassing pressing structures with progressive passing and intelligent positioning. Medina's long ball numbers stand out heavily here. 52 accurate long balls this season. That means she is not simply recycling possession sideways. She actively attempts progressive switches and vertical progression. That could become extremely dangerous with Manchester United's current attacking profiles. Imagine Medina receiving possession deep before switching play quickly toward Melvin Mallard or Fridolina Rolfo. Imagine her feeding diagonal passes into the movement of Elizabeth Tilland. Imagine her overlapping aggressively with Jess Park drifting centrally. Suddenly, the tactical possibilities become fascinating. And this is exactly why elite clubs increasingly target versatile technical defenders rather than purely defensive specialists. Football today is about transition dominance. Teams want defenders who can defend aggressively while also initiating attacks instantly. Andrea Medina fits that modern prototype beautifully. Now let us discuss her attacking numbers, because while she is clearly defensively strong, she is not limited technically. 20 chances created from left back this season. 17 successful crosses. 43 touches inside the opposition box. These are active offensive numbers. She clearly pushes high during attacking phases and contributes progressively rather than simply sitting deep. One thing that really stands out watching her is composure. Young defenders often rush decisions, especially under pressure. Medina does not look frantic. She looks controlled. She scans constantly. She positions herself intelligently. She understands spacing extremely well for her age. And honestly, this is where Spanish football development becomes visible immediately. Spanish defenders often grow up inside possession-heavy tactical structures that demand technical intelligence from very young ages. You can see that education clearly in Medina's game. Manchester United supporters should also understand how important age profile planning is becoming for top clubs. Andrea Medina, at 22 years old, potentially gives you 8 to 10 years at elite level if developed correctly. That matters massively financially and tactically. And because her contract expires this summer, the opportunity becomes even bigger. Free transfers are becoming one of the most important market strategies in women's football right now. Clubs are trying to identify elite-level talent entering contract uncertainty before prices explode. If Manchester United can secure a player of Medina's quality without paying a major transfer fee, that immediately becomes smart business. Especially because left backs with elite dual ability are extremely difficult to find. The more you analyze Manchester United's current squad, the more logical this rumor becomes. Gabby George has dealt with injuries. Defensive depth remains important, especially with European football demands increasing. Marc Skinner clearly values versatile players capable of changing shapes during matches. Medina checks every box. And there is another factor people are not discussing enough: athleticism. Modern football, especially in England, is brutally physical and transitional. Defenders are constantly forced into recovery runs, sprint duels, and wide-channel isolation battles. Medina's recovery numbers and duel success strongly suggest she can survive physically at high-intensity level. That matters massively because not every technically gifted Liga F defender adapts successfully to England. The tempo shock destroys some players. But Medina's profile feels different because she combines technical quality with genuine defensive aggression. She looks like someone who would embrace the intensity rather than struggle with it. Now let us talk about the Champions League numbers, because this is where things become even more interesting. 7 Champions League appearances. 7 starts. 581 minutes played. Again, this tells you Atlético Madrid trust her massively on the biggest stage. Young defenders are usually protected in Europe unless they are mentally ready. Medina clearly already is. And despite playing against elite European attacks, she still produced strong defensive numbers. 34 defensive contributions, 13 tackles, 7 interceptions, 12 clearances. Only dribbled past 3 times across the entire campaign. That final statistic is massive. Elite attackers constantly target fullbacks in Europe. If you are only dribbled past 3 times across a Champions League campaign, that immediately grabs attention. It shows defensive discipline, timing, and composure. And then there is the mentality aspect. Manchester United increasingly need players capable of handling pressure. This club carries enormous expectation. Every mistake becomes headlines. Every performance gets analyzed endlessly. Not every talented player survives mentally inside that environment. Andrea Medina already plays for Atlético Madrid, one of the most emotionally demanding clubs in Spain. She already understands pressure football. She already understands rivalry intensity. She already understands tactical discipline inside elite structures. That transition psychologically matters hugely. One thing supporters would likely love about her immediately is aggression. She does not play passively. She attacks duels aggressively. She commits fully physically. She defends proactively rather than reactively. Manchester United fans always appreciate defenders who compete fearlessly. And honestly, she feels like the type of signing supporters would initially underestimate before realizing how important she becomes tactically over time. Not every signing arrives with superstar headlines. Some signings quietly transform systems through consistency, balance, and intelligence. Medina has that kind of profile. You can also imagine how valuable her flexibility becomes across long seasons. Injuries happen constantly. Rotations become necessary. Tactical adjustments become essential during European campaigns. A player capable of covering 4 positions provides enormous value internally. And because she is still developing, there is genuine upside remaining. That is the scary part for rival clubs. At 22, most defenders are still learning positional discipline, decision-making, and timing. Medina already looks advanced in several of those areas. If she continues improving physically and tactically, her ceiling becomes extremely high. Now, of course, there will be competition if she becomes available freely. Intelligent clubs across Europe will absolutely monitor this situation carefully because quality left backs are rare, especially young ones with elite versatility and defensive production. Manchester United would likely need to move aggressively if they genuinely want to secure her. And supporters should understand something important. Modern recruitment is increasingly about profiles rather than just names. Clubs now search for specific tactical characteristics that fit systems precisely. Medina's profile screams modern possession transition defender. Aggressive in duels. Technically secure. Positionally intelligent. Versatile. Athletic. Young. Mentally composed. Those traits are exactly what elite clubs target today. There is also a broader trend happening across women's football right now where Spanish-developed players are becoming increasingly valuable internationally because of their tactical education and technical quality. Clubs across England, Germany, and France are aggressively scouting Liga F for emerging talent. Manchester United clearly do not want to fall behind in that market. And honestly, if you compare Medina's age profile with her experience level, it becomes even more impressive. Over 2,200 league minutes plus full Champions League involvement at 22 years old means she already has serious experience despite still being extremely young. That matters because Manchester United do not simply need prospects anymore. They need players capable of contributing immediately while still possessing long-term upside. Medina looks capable of both. Another area where she stands out massively is ball security. Only dispossessed 3 times in league competition across the season. 3 times. That is incredibly low, especially for a wide defender who progresses possession regularly. It shows calmness under pressure and strong decision-making. Those little details matter massively in high-level football because turnovers from fullbacks often create devastating counterattacks instantly. Players who protect possession intelligently become extremely valuable. And then there is the work rate. Nearly 1,800 touches this season. That tells you she is constantly involved, constantly active, constantly available in build-up and defensive phases. You want defenders who hide from responsibility or defenders demanding the ball constantly even under pressure. Medina clearly belongs in the second category. That mentality is important at Manchester United because at this club pressure never disappears. Big matches arrive constantly. Expectations remain relentless. Players must demand responsibility rather than avoid it. Now imagine a future defensive line with Andrea Medina developing alongside players like Maya Letizier. Suddenly you begin seeing the foundation of a very modern defensive structure. Athletic, intelligent, technically secure, and young enough to grow together over several seasons. That long-term planning matters, especially because European football is becoming more competitive every single year. Squad depth, tactical flexibility, and athletic balance increasingly separate elite teams from good teams. And honestly, Andrea Medina feels like exactly the kind of signing smart clubs make before everyone else realizes how good the player truly is. If Manchester United pull this off, especially on a free transfer, it could quietly become one of the smartest moves of the entire summer window. Not because she arrives as a global superstar already, but because she has the profile to potentially become one. And those are the signings that often define successful eras. Young, hungry, tactically intelligent players entering elite environments at the perfect developmental moment. That is exactly what Andrea Medina looks like right now. So now the question goes directly to you Manchester United supporters. Should Manchester United push aggressively to sign Andrea Medina this summer? Would she improve the squad immediately? Could she become the future of Manchester United's left side for years to come? And if she joins, where do you see her fitting best, left back, wing back, or even left-sided center back in certain systems? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, because this is one transfer story that could become massive over the next few months. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Andrea Medina and Manchester United's reported interest, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications, because we are bringing you daily Manchester United women transfer news, player analysis, tactical breakdowns, match previews, and everything happening around the club throughout this huge summer window.